All right, what's going on, YouTube? Quentin here from DoubleEdge Games, and we are back with episode 5 of the DoubleEdge Podcast. And today, I got the homies back once again, minus my brother. And of course, we got the returning man himself, Dom, aka Four Wheels in the Mic. Say what's up to the people.
What's good, people? Always a pleasure being on the show. And like I always say, back again like Ronnie Kenshin, open that ass with the double-edged blade style.
Nice. And of course, we got the homie again with his deep ass voice, the big homie.
Mufasa himself.
With the James Earl Jones voice. This homie Matt, go ahead and say what's up to the people.
I shall rise. You shall rise.
We're gonna get you a nickname pretty soon. We're gonna figure out something. We're gonna get you a nickname. But pretty much all I want to say is thank y'all for tuning in once again. And channel's been growing. I mean, it's a slow growth, but I've been noticing it over the past couple days. But YouTube need to cut this copyright bullshit out whenever it comes to audio tracks. Even though the shit's free, they still wanna pull all that bullshit. But we still gonna post it anyway. So we got a nice show for y'all today. I have to talk about this just because literally we just watched this just because the homie Don want to put us on it real quick. It is a game called The Surge. I have not even heard of this. I didn't even hear about it at Gamescom. He saw an article on it. He said before y'all start this podcast, we gonna have to watch this trailer. Or they didn't even really have a trailer. They just gave you raw gameplay. So who would like to take the floor on The Surge?
Can I take the floor just a quick second?
Go ahead.
Alright, so yeah, I was scrolling through Facebook. Hey, surprisingly, Facebook works better than stalking people and looking at political comments. So, my Facebook kicks me up and he goes, "Have you seen The Surge?" And I'm like, "What is The Surge?" I'm thinking, oh, it's a PC or it's one of those games like that looks good, with a trailer, but it's not a good looking game. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like one of the free-to-play joints. So I'm like, all right, let me look at this, because it's caught my eye. It was like The Surge, and it looked like some like mech shit. So I'm always a fan of mech shit, and it's an action RPG at the bottom of it. So I'm like, all right, maybe in a year I'm gonna play some dopeness, like some Witcher type shit or something, because that's my go-to bread and butter type games. I'm like, all right. So I'm watching gameplay, and I'm like, it's a beast. So I go to the Facebook page, like IGN has talked about her game and, has done a live stream of it. So I'm like, hold on, IGN already live streamed this? Now, why haven't I known about this? And it's for all the major platforms. It's for Xbox One, PS4, Steam. Why haven't I known about this? I watch play of it. There's people reviewing it online. This is like the best kept game secret in a long time. It's pretty much like Gorillaz dropping the album. We knew it was coming one year, but we just didn't know how close in the year it was. It's kind of like Kendrick dropping. Everything is dropping and it's nasty. Mm-hmm. The game looks good. I'm excited. I wish it was a little cheaper because it came out of nowhere. But it's full price. So I checked my Xbox. I was like, is it 40? Is it 30? Might have to go pick it up. I will pick it up. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I don't play like a Dark Souls style game, so this will be my first attempt at it. But I really want to try it because it's more my style, where I feel like Dark Souls is kind of masochistic in a way. This seems more strategy.
When you play Dark Souls, you're trying to punish yourself.
Pretty much, So I think it's gonna be great. I wish more people check out the trailer on here. I know me, Quentin, and Matt will probably buy this game within a month or so.
What you mean, probably?
Oh,
I got bills.
I'll buy that shit tomorrow, man. Fuck bills.
The reckless gamer right now, which is all right. We appreciate that.
I mean, I ain't gonna get too reckless. I got bread saved up, so I'll be smooth. But on Steam for right now, if you want to pre-order it, it's like maybe 45 that I saw. So I was just like, And I actually played Dark Souls 2 and 3. I fucking hated Dark Souls 2, but it's not as masochist as you think Dark Souls 2 is. But Dark Souls 3, if you get into just the mechanics of the game, you'll get used to it. But I'm not gonna lie, I got wrecked plenty of times playing that game, so I see why people are a little like, especially when it comes to Dark Souls.
Well, here's the thing. I don't mind getting wrecked in a game because, you know, The Witcher had some elements in it where I was like, if I'm not prepared, I like the preparation and attack. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel like, I feel like everybody's like, well, if you parry and just block, I'm like, bro, listen here. The camera angles on Dark Souls always switch. It's like playing a PS2 game back in the day. Camera angle you might be fighting the beast and you playing Onimusha. Shout out to Onimusha. You know, camera angle might be wonky over here, but you know, that's the type of gamer I am. Shout out to the Dark Souls players, cause y'all all just culty beasts that like to brag. So I'm proud of y'all.
Hey, I mean, when you beat your first boss in Dark Souls, it feels good, and then you get to another one and he fuck you up. It's like a roller coaster.
I don't watch people play. My homies get blunted, and they play Dark Souls, and it's what they like to do. So, more shout out to them, and and their masochists. It's cool. I have no faults with these people.
Okay.
Now, how do you feel about the Surge, Matt? Mufasa, come on.
The Surge looks like a combination in between Dark Souls meets Titanfall meets I forgot.
Elysium, that one movie with the exosuit or something like that? Yeah, I remember that game. I do. Okay.
It looks like a combination between those games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not a really big Dark Souls player.
Mm-hmm.
It plays like Dark Souls. It looks like it, but it looks like a better version. Will I pick it up? Most likely. But my biggest worry is the frames per second dropping, and will the boss battles be truly as epic as other games?
Yeah, if you look at the other, like the IGN, they show like the boss battle, and it's pretty damn epic. Like, it's not like grandiose, but it's old school epic where it's gonna be, it's about your timing, it's about your hits, and it's about, the, what would you call that? Their pattern of attack
Now, my biggest worry is lately with certain games, patterns are repetitive and the game can get boring.
Well,
I don't like games that I only get one play through out of. I want to play it multiple times.
Well, that's definitely something too. That is, I'm always a big fan of. Can I play it again through story? But I think sometimes repetitive games are good. I think what the problem is now, we're force-fed games like fast food.
Yeah.
Just like everything else, from comic books to anime to whatever you like in this nerdy geeky culture, everything gets pumped out so fast.
Mm-hmm.
We're back in the day. You were like, I was talking about this with my buddy because I was playing Dishonored 2, and I was kind of, it's been a while since I played a game where I've had to like actually search for power-ups and then deviate from the route to go kill this person. Like, I'm like, I gotta go, like, I want more powers. I want to manipulate the road in a very different way. I want to replay this, and it's replayable, and it's very replayable, and it's really redoable. But I think a lot of games need to go back from story narrative. But back, let's say 5 years ago, game, you had your AAA titles, and you had your low budget, right? But most of us all bought AAA titles or Japanese AAA titles. But because for the listeners that are like, oh, you're not giving me the J ones, I'm adding them in there. So you had those, and then you had the mediocre joints. You went to GameStop, you seen them. Sometimes they were good, sometimes they were duddy. But that's the part of gaming. Now it's like every month there's like 4 blockbusters, and every week there's 30 indie games. So you don't have time to enjoy a game, and they don't make games big enough anyway. They gotta throw DLC in there to make them bigger. So I think what you're like, it's harder to pick up a blockbuster Now, like my brother just brought this to my attention. He was like, "Dom, you bought all the bangers. And they're definitely banger games. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely good games. They're not duds." But he's like, "There's no replayability right now." And I was like, "Yeah, you gotta wait for that DLC. So you now you complete a game, and then you gotta buy another one. But there's always a sale, so you buy another one, or you buy, a remastered collection."
Yeah,
Something that you already know that you're gonna enjoy. So
remasters.
I just think it's
I have a strong hatred for remasters, and then you do have a good point of how you're bringing up like a lot of games don't have a lot of like replayability, and it kind of hit me because it was like around the time I would say like last year or like last winter, because that's just game season happened. And I would be buying a lot of games, and I'll run through them, and then I would never play them again. And it's really kind of just because they're trying to hold back DLC. They're going to keep them playing, and we're going to nickel and dime them so we can, just make up some extra money or whatever. So I can definitely understand that. There's plenty of games on my stand, from just hard copies or even games that are on my hard drive or on my Steam account that I just cannot go back and play, even though I've beaten them. So unfortunately, that's what we got to deal with. But I mean, don't even get me started on remasters, because people get so hyped for a remaster, like remaster this instead of making something else. So
a new IP, and I think this is kind of a new IP. I think this is real fresh, and it's a lot of people got the Dark Souls clones, but I feel like this is just a fresh idea. It came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? To get me hype and it comes out of nowhere means a lot.
It's good. Like, it's looking really good.
It looks real good. And they're showing gameplay. They're not just giving CGI cutscenes, cinematic joints. No, like, come on now.
Oh, that's when you know what's up. When they hit you with a gameplay demo for like they pre-alpha. This wasn't just like, oh, this game is in beta. It was in pre-alpha, and they gave you, I saw like a 20-minute gameplay trailer they showed. And that was last year. So I can only imagine what what even the game in beta may look like right now. Like I can't even fathom. But that game is definitely on my list after you show me that shit, because my biggest thing with Dark Souls 3 is that its combat is very it's like if you ever play like the old school Link games, or not Link, like Legend of Zelda games. Link only like slashes in like one or two directions.
Directions, yeah. This is like multiple. This is multiple directions, and you can target. The cool thing that you guys didn't get to see because I did my research and I dug in, and so there's mods like you target something, how, because games back in the day used to have the lock on. They don't even believe in lock. I wish they did believe in lock on. I wish Grand Theft Auto would go back to lock on. I wish some of these games would definitely go back to some lock ons. I understand the headshots and the realism, but come on, bro, you driving a car. I want to get some lock on. You can bring into that point. You can lock on to body parts because it's because you want to get the mech suit, because you're wearing the mech suit and your enemies are wearing mech suits and stuff. So you can lock on to different pieces that you want to implement to your suit, and either gonna gain or take away from your build. And it's not like an overall stat where you need to like be this level to use this part of it. Everything can be used, but it will affect certain things. You have micro upgrades that you can put into your neck to use the suit more efficiently the way you want to play. So there's a lot of options, and for me, a game like that's replayability. You know what I'm saying? It might not be replayability in the I want to go right away and replay this game right away. Like with Witcher, with Mass Effect, I usually can beat it and they go, okay, I want to play it again, and I'll run through it again. Okay,
all right. I got a little worry here. See, I'm glad that the game, looks really good and looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. But what if the games, I'm just trying to be as open-minded as possible, think about all different possibilities. What if the story is complete ass? And what if the game is repetitive as fuck? What if those like bosses and whatever else they could have had? What if the mission structure was just straight repetitive? So that's I don't know.
I think that
or repetitive or a repetitive map or a very boring map to explore.
That too.
See, I think everybody's gotten spoiled because I swear to God, like, I think story is more important. So if they can tell a story by, because I look at Dark Souls, I'm like, why don't you have a story? And that's always been kind of a turn off too to me, other than the masochism. It's like, okay, I love the fact that you have this world and you have this creature, but I need story. And I think a lot of games, like, how many games have we played this year that there's like, oh, give you the multiplayer, not throw you into like this universe, or oh, just run around and chop shit. It's a very oh god. And Overwatch has so much potential to be like the best story shooty, you know. They got characters with personalities, damn it, you know what I'm saying?
Every character's dope. Every single one.
Everyone's dope, and everyone has some type of relationship, and they tried to get the comic book, but it didn't work, you know what I'm saying?
Oh wait,
and
except for Bastion. Fuck that nigga, but go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, I understand. I understand. God forbid. But I think game developers have this. I think gamers right now, like I've said this in other podcasts, so listeners, fans, you can repeat it after me. Gamers are fickle bitches, and they just don't. A lot of people started gaming during the COD. Not the COD World War II era, but the COD Modern Warfare era, the COD, and they started going up.
MLG Quizco Pro players, bro.
Well, yeah, of course, and but people grew up in an era where it wasn't about going to your friend's house and playing the game. It was about, I'm gonna go online, shoot this shit up, and then I don't care what they gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a game the second time around. Same with, like, my homie was telling me about the Designer 1. He was like, I ain't really have much story, but, it's a fun game. And then, like, C2 has a story, and I'm like, okay, I can see that. But that's something that companies, I think, are doing because they feel like people have ADHD, when really, gaming was an escape, and it was the best way to make a movie. You know what I'm saying? It was better. It was like playing a live movie. He was playing some live shit. But now it's like, I don't. So you might have a point, but we have to see. And that's the risk, I'm willing to take, because I feel like, for me, they showed me a product that they showed me a way that a product that in a Japanese way of a product. Where they showed me gameplay. They didn't focus like in a world. They was like, no, they didn't hype it up like a movie trailer. It was like, boom, Surge, gameplay, comes out this day. I'm like, alright.
Okay.
So, that's my thoughts. I'm sorry I'm long-winded with it, bro.
No, you good. The only thing we've been going back and forth through a lot of different things. From what the trailer I saw, the game looks, fucking dope. Gameplay looks literally 100 times better than what Dark Souls is. It still has the same, like, even camera angle, and then also, kind of like if you get it feels like if you get hit a few times, you might die. So you got to be careful and, just play like, just play a little safe, time your hits, and, do some parries, whatever. Try to just finesse them as much as you can. But other than that, I did see like a lot of executions. I'm a sucker for that stuff in games. If I can finish off the enemy in a flashy way, I'm all for it. And I did see like he cut the dude's head off and was like, I'm about to take this helmet and add it to my armor. And I was like, that shit is fucking dope. So the game looks good, but I'm just gonna hope for, hopefully the story's flame, and hopefully it has like a lot of replayability, and hopefully it's not just like one of those like quick ass games and then it's just like you got all the materials to make a good game but you fall flat on your face on certain areas. So that's all I got to say. I think everybody shared their thoughts. Pretty much Surge looks like it's gonna be a pretty nice title, so looking pretty good. The next thing we got up on the list is another game coming out in May. Unfortunately, I won't be able to play it until I get a PS4 or Xbox One, which will be Injustice 2. And of course, has everybody here played the original one?
Yep.
Oh, I plan on playing it.
Okay.
What?
I've seen it.
You never played it?
Nope, not yet.
That deserves that. Can we just unanimously give him the like what? If there's like a
I know.
incredible what, we need to give him that what.
We give him the
What's going on here?
Hey,
Or
man,
can I hit
I
him
got it on
with?
the
Can I hit him with?
PC, but it's all good, man. Hey, man, it's all
I
good.
know you're about to hit me with the boy.
Can I-
What the fuck?
Can I hit him with? Can I hit him with the? Come on, son.
Go ahead,
Get the fuck up out of here.
No, he good. He all good. But you should definitely try out Injustice. You can probably get the complete edition or like I think it's like the
Yeah,
Ultimate edition.
Well, he can get it backwards compatibility for dirt cheap, booty cheeks cheap.
True. You can buy the 360 version, and hopefully, if it's backwards compatible on the list, you can play it that way too. So
Yeah, backwards compatible on the list. It was one of the first games they came in was compatible.
just think Mortal Kombat mixed with the DC universe.
I know.
It's very nice.
Did you have Mortal Kombat 10?
Not yet.
Okay, so Mortal Kombat it played.
You need some games. You missing
Yeah, he
out.
does.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna hook
He
you
enjoy-
up. I'm gonna hook you
he
up
enjoy-
one of these days.
Yeah, he enjoys his game. He games. He just Matt plays games like a
Hey, I mean,
He got like he's funny because he'll catch me at like 10 o'clock. We'll talk at like 12. What are you doing? I'm playing this game, trying to get these hours in before like my eyes start giving out. Hold on.
it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all
So
good.
we do it on Xbox.
There's plenty of games I ain't played like at all. So it's
Yeah,
all,
I mean
it's
neither.
awesome.
Like there's a few.
I just now played the Mass Effect series. After all these years, I just now
After
played it.
after I told you 1, 2, and 3.
All right,
you can-
before we get into Injustice, I gotta tell you a story, bro. This woman, Jess, I told her because I was telling her when I was playing the third one, and they gave out Mass Effect 2 and the DLC free on Origin. So if you had a PC that could run it, which the system requirements aren't big, so you can actually play it. And I told her I was like, download it. It's fucking Mass Effect. I was like, you should download it and try it. Shit was sitting in her library for the longest time. The second she played it, she beat that shit in a couple days. And then at the end, and she was crying and spitting and shit. And she was just like, I want to die. And I was just like, I said, what is the problem? She was just like, I want to keep playing. And I was just like, why the fuck didn't you play it when I told you to, damn it? So that game can have an effect on you, man. That was only the second one. So she's on the third one right now.
Oh man, you gotta go 1, 2, and 3 to get the full the emotional breakdown. Like you wanna know why gamers bitched about the ending? It wasn't that the ending was super weak, it was subpar. But now playing on Andromeda, can I quickly add this in? Playing Andromeda, I know the truth. I know what the true ending of the game is now, so we're good. We're good. They kinda opened your mind to what the true scenario was. It's pretty sad, but
So as long as they cleared that up, so that's perfect. But does anybody actually Matt, because Down went first, we're just gonna keep rotating. So tell me, have you seen some trailers for Injustice 2? Because I know they're adding in like a lot of new characters.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you've seen the trailer, seen some gameplay, does it look like something you would want to pick up?
Yes, hell yes.
Okay. All right. Elaborate. What's some of the things you like? It can be visuals. Does the gameplay look more crisp? Shit, even the super moves. Anything on the list?
Super moves are just absurd but epic.
Bruh.
That's all I can say.
Can we rewind that back real quick and just say it one more time?
Should be the best soundbite ever. I'm sorry, but that was just soundbite right there.
Okay, so you say you like the super moves, so you would definitely love Doomsday's from the very first one. So,
Hell yes.
God.
This man Doomsday punches you through the earth, he picks you back up, and punches you back through the earth again. He goes all the way through. So, okay. I'm glad you like the super moves. Any characters you looking forward to that you've seen?
I want to play Dark Side.
Okay.
Just do.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, anything else you want to add to it? Do you have anything that you wish would be in the game? Anything at all?
I just want them, to be honest, I'm going to be just a geek. I want them to make another comic book series for it.
You want to make another comic book series?
Yes.
They didn't do a year 3?
No, they did do a year 3.
Okay, because I'm about to say that that's a consistent universe. I didn't know if they take it away because of Rebirth, but yeah, consistent universe.
Okay. Not bad at
It
all.
was just
Okay, so I see you looking forward to it. So I mean, other than from what I've seen, of course, I can't fucking play it right now, but I wish it would be on PC so I wouldn't have to go get a console to play it. But I pay attention to a lot of different characters, like Cheetah. She's gonna be a bitch. She's fast as fuck, and she's just quick, and she does a lot of fucking damage. So she can.
question: is she a Flash clone or no?
No, she's not. She's different.
She's from the team. Yeah, she's the morph that Batman had back in the day. She does that claw attack and shit. And what's her fit? They get her in Justice League Unlimited, where Green Lantern's girlfriend, I can't think of her right now, is black chick, morphs into animal. She had to screw her up. She squeezed her like a python and slow her down. But yeah.
I mean, she's looking like one of those top tier characters, so you might see a lot of her. Even maybe Robin. They got Damian Wayne this time, and with the sword, so he looks fucking dope. And also Firestorm. He's the only one that scares me because he has so much keep away, so he can just. But you have to find somebody that has range too, or somebody that can get in close. That's fast like Cheetah, so you might be able to be dodging fire left and right. But I mean, other than that, it's not like what I'm gonna pick it up. Can't fucking play it, so. I mean, the game still looks dope though, so I'm not gonna hold anything against him. I just wish Ed Boon, old bitch ass, would bring that shit over. But anyway, that's all my gripes, but about the game. So Dom, would you pick this game up, or do you have anything on your list that you wish Injustice had?
Oh, I love the fact that you're just like, I'm gonna let him go last. I like fighters.
If you know those, both of you guys know me really well. I'm a big fan of MK10. I spent a lot of time on MK10, and I got into the fight game because of my homies out here that read comic books are fight gamers. So like they were, I learned a lot about range and how that shit breaks down. My thing is Ed Boon and them know how to make a balanced fighter, even though characters like your DLC character will always be OP for about a month, and then they'll be like, they'll tweak it to make it not so OP. But with Injustice 1 was dope. Combat was nice. It was more accessible. You get what I'm saying? Like MK was a little more. The combos were super butt tight, so you had to be on your timing with that. But with this one, I think because it has I can't say it has a friendlier face, but it doesn't have the fatality aspect, so it's more widely accepted to give to like teenagers and small children, even though it's still a brutal fighter. It's darker, it looks interesting. They're really pushing the universe itself, so it's kind of, I like the fact that they're doing the year 3s and they're doing the year 2s, because if you watch the trailer, the original launch trailer, it was right after Batman was fighting Superman because Superman killed Joker. And that's something that happens in the comic book. He smushes him like a grape in a tank, and Batman's upset about it. He's like, what? And Superman just says the G of shit. You're sad because I killed your best friend. I was supposed to, I'm like, So Superman's mad because, he killed Lois in the first game. And if you keep reading the comics, it gets good. But you know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that they're continuing. I'm excited for whoever they want to throw. Just make it balanced. I really don't care about, Damien. The coolest Easter egg I liked in the last game, before I started going, I don't care, was the fact that when Batman had to fight Robin, it was Damian as Robin, and he wanted to murder his dad. First dialogue, he sees him, he's like, I want to murder dad. Period. So he's not Dick. So I think it's gonna be fun. I just hope it has as much longevity as MK did and does. So.
Oh yeah.
And if they throw Scorpion in there once again, it'd be cool.
Yeah, they were thinking about throwing in like some some guest characters. They were
Or
talking about
Noob
like Spawn and stuff, but
Noob Saibot.
they better not throw Spawn in there. Just because I would like to see Spawn in like a Mortal Kombat game. Because
Well, yeah, I think Spawn would be better with because Image does have a good relationship with DC from the past, but I would think I think the fans want more of a brutal, like, you want to kind of see him do like all his moves from the book, and I don't really think a game that's more geared towards T. You want to see the fatality, you want to see what I have with the chick.
So yeah, he was definitely to be in the game. Have to be Mortal Kombat, most definitely.
Yeah, they tried to get him in there this time, but Warner Brothers being a hoe, so we got to see what Warner Brothers want to do.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. So I mean, that pretty much wraps it up for Injustice 2. Some nice thoughts. The next thing we got on the list, we're about like 30 minutes in. So damn, we're making a lot of conversation. That's not even a bad thing. One thing I'm gonna talk about. Actually, this is a little funny. I mean, I know this is like kind of like a little side topic. In case y'all didn't know, I mean, I know y'all are familiar with the Nintendo 3DS, and they even had something called the 2DS, where it was just like a block. I even own it, and it doesn't go in 3D, and it doesn't.
Yes, is it the XL joint you talking about? The new XL joint thing that's not.
They got
the big.
What is it?
2D XL.
Yes, that's what it is. It's the Nintendo 2DS XL.
Yeah, it just came across my screen like it the other day. I seen some Kotaku about it, and I was like, that's a real, like, and I like legitimately talked to my homie Alex, and shout out to Alex. And he, I was like, legitimately, I was like, man, that's a big screen, dog. Like that, they just taking the Switch. You know what I'm saying? They just came out with the Switch.
And it makes no sense because
what I'm
it makes
saying?
sense, but it doesn't make sense. Oh, dang, hiccups. But anyway, the reason why it makes sense but doesn't make sense is because a lot of the games on the 3DS, some of them don't even have the 3D feature. Like Pokemon Sun and Moon, the Pokemon battles aren't in 3D. The world isn't in 3D, so even if you turn it on, it does absolutely nothing. A lot of the games that are coming out later on, they're just like, hey, 3D function, fuck that shit. So they really don't care too much about the 3D function anymore for some reason. So I see why they're doing it, because it has a faster processing power and it has the bigger screen, of course. I keep on hitting my damn mic, but I just found it just funny because I was just like, I kind of figured they would pull some shit like this, but it comes in at a whopping $150. So yeah.
Well, that's a lot. Well, it's a little cheaper than
about half of what the Switch
but the Switch and DS, and and here's the thing, and I hate to say this because Nintendo fanboys will punch me if they ever see me in the street. They like gangbangers for gamers. You know what I'm saying? And you got for real, because they bleed that shit. Like, I know this is why you guys had me on here. I'm just gonna say what I feel. I feel like this. Nobody cares about 3D. Nobody cares about VR, to be quite honest. The only thing people want VR. Only thing people want VR for is non-gaming porn and having your whatever, and that's fine. Have that, but let's be honest. I'm old enough to remember when Sega had their VR, and I thought that was a shit, and I begged my mom for that shit, and I got it, and I did, and I played with it. But like, what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to build? Are you trying to build a Sword Art Online society? But I think like Nintendo has to move away from it, because first of all, Japan is like one of them countries where if a kid has a seizure because of flashy lights, and if you set his eyes aflame for some 3D, that's a health hazard. No, don't do it no more. They give you a warning with 3D when you put the bitch on, so I'd get rid of it too. Like, hey, you want your Poke battles in 3D? That only lasts about 10 minutes, so you can have that. But
more like 5.
Yeah, they don't.
All right,
they
5
don't,
minutes.
They don't last. The 3D function
You know.
was ass to me personally because it really does. I mean, when it first came out, it didn't hurt my eyes as much because like my friend got it, he was like, "You can play with
But that
3D on
shit
it,"
hurt.
but it hurts your eyes after a while. After a while, it will.
And you know, as gamers, we don't blink. That shit give you for like had a gaming session where you just like legitimately was like, "Did I blink, motherfucker?"
Yeah, so they had a good idea with the 3DS, but they didn't at the same time. So I mean personally, I have a 2DS and I have not turned that bitch on in I don't know how long. Matt, would you?
Because nobody
Wait, what'd you say?
plays handhelds. But man, I'm sorry for cutting you off, my brother. My bad.
What?
I just said nobody
Oh.
plays handhelds, but I mean Sony failed with it, but I'm not even gonna get into that nature with the Vita. But would you pick up a new 2DS XL?
I would get it as a birthday present or a Christmas present for my girl.
So you ain't paying money for that bullshit, are you?
Unless
Not right away.
it's
It's all good.
It's like, nah.
I'm not really into handhelds anymore. I think as we get older, rather than I understand the concept of having a handheld system, but as we get older, we actually want to sit down and truly relax and play a video game. It could be it could be a console, it could be a computer, it could be whatever have you. But as a handheld gamer, I could see the mobile purposes for it, but at the same time, you out in the way I see life is I'm out in the world. I'm having 9 times out of 10, I'm having a conversation with somebody. I am looking at nature. I am basically living outside.
Living your life.
You're being the adult that, like, you know, that we don't, as hardcore lovers of this nerd shit, we don't get to be called. But he has a point. Like, I haven't picked up a handheld since I seen a pair of boobies, and that's probably 13, 14, 12 years old. Like, I used to have.
This man dumb, bro. I mean, you got a point. Matt has a good point though. He really does.
He has a great point. Like,
Just I don't see myself playing a handheld. I just don't.
not anymore. Well, it depends actually. I'm gonna have to say that for me, it probably would depend on the game. Like,
Yeah, I can see your point.
the Vita gives me more it's more appealing to me. I was about to say stimulation.
Ugh, Sony, you had a chance and you.
But
fucking
the
blew it
reason
out
but the reason that reason being is because I like to game anywhere. You know, like Xbox's play anywhere right now. Your PC goes with you. So I think as adults we switched out the handheld for the Steam and for the play anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to go on your lunch break, and I think a good thing is the Switch is the dirtiest thing I've ever seen. If more systems become like the Switch, that was super dirty. Like, you can play Zelda, you can take your shit and be like, all right, well, I'm out, peace. Look, I'm taking this with me, boom. And it's a handheld, but you can play crispy, like, updated graphics in your actual game. So you don't actually have to put that bitch down. You can do it during your lunch break. Shout out to homie Josh. Didn't know his lunch break.
Yeah, he did. I know he picked one up. He picked the Switch up day one, but
plays it on his lunch break. So, you know.
I mean, as long as he got enough battery life, or plug that boy up. Oh yeah, just this. He said he was at the school like last Wednesday maybe.
Yeah, he was there. Fat boy did it.
Yeah,
right there. Teddy Bear Pimp. Shout out to Teddy Bear Pimp.
Shout out to that man Josh.
That man Josh.
Okay. So I mean, we pretty much summed up what we got and what we feel about handhelds, and I mean, like we said, especially me, I had a dedicated channel on YouTube for the PS Vita content at youtube.com, Quintos Games. And you can check that out. But I keep that channel up only because it has a lot of my old shit. Like, even my thumbnail game was terrible. My editing was poo. I was just now starting out. But a lot of the fans for handheld gaming were loyal. So they would come through. They would leave comments. and I have like 700 something subscribers down there, and I could have kept it growing, but the fucking Vita's platform is trash. There is nothing good coming. There's no good news. It's just there. It's just floating in limbo. Like, hey, I'm still here. You know, it's just like Bruce Jenner's ball sack. Like, it's, you know, trying to, you know, still there, but it's masked up by so much other shit that's floating around. It has nothing to keep itself afloat.
And you're just waiting for Sony saying, I think I've made a mistake. I want to go back.
Something like that, man. It's so sad. I'm looking at my Vita right now, just like disappointment, not disgust, not anger, just disappointment, shaking my head. Like, you had so much fucking potential. Had so much potential, but Sony flushed that shit down the toilet. But anyway, I'm stop talking about the Vita right now.
Hey man, you can have your rent. This is your show, son. We just guessed on this shit.
Alright, you know what? Fuck it, man. Fuck the Vita. I fucking hate this damn thing. How you gonna make a platform, make a handheld console, market it console quality on the go, and then literally like come out with bomb games? We had Killzone Mercenary, the best first-person shooter ever on a handheld to hit. Had dual analog sticks, perfect graphics, had the Killzone 3 engine.
Be real, son.
Bruh, they had so many. They had even Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 when it launched on the Vita looked better than the console version and ran better than the console version. And you trying to tell me that you don't know what to do with it? They said, "Oh well, I mean, people like mobile games, so they playing on their cell phone. So I mean, let's just make the Vita accessory."
Son?
And it's just like, no, why you gonna make the Vita accessory when it shits on that shit? And then the Nintendo is just like, hey, we ain't even got to do much. We just gonna release Pokemon and shit on your whole platform. They don't have to even try. And it kills me every single time. And then people used to always ask me, because that's how I started on YouTube. It's like, how come you don't make the Vita videos no more? Blame fucking Sony. They did. I'm not gonna help them promote their product when they don't do anything for it. There's nothing good on that platform. Yeah, Berserk came out on it, but it's gonna look like doo-doo on that platform. And sure, yeah, Resident Evil Revelations 2 came out on there, and I was waiting on that shit. That shit runs at fucking 20 frames per fucking second. This shit's fucking garbage. It runs like doo-doo. And I don't know if you've ever went from shit even 60 frames to even less than 30. It legit hurts your eyes. I did that before I upgraded my PC, because I got an 8370. I got that beast ass 8-core processor.
Stun on them, son. Stun on them.
I'm gonna have to stun. But anyway, before I had that, I had an FX 6300, a kind of old processor, and I was running a game, Players Unknown Battleground, which I will review on the channel because that game is fucking dope. It's an early access game, so it's not optimized. And I was playing this game. I was getting around like, at the most I got 60 frames at times, but I was generally around like 30 frames. And then I went to Warface, a game I can doo-doo on, and I was playing at 60 frames. I was like, yo, that legit hurts my eyes. And it's true. And just imagine that being on the Vita, me coming from games like Resident Evil, I just say Resident Evil, fuck that game. Playing games like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and it runs so buttery smooth. Gameplay was nice, even had online multiplayer. It was dope. And then they just like, hey, I mean, you know, we ain't gonna waste time, you know, building games for it. I'm done.
And Sony though, they shit on their peoples.
They do.
Hey
man.
son, see, that's what he needed to do. He needed to let that out. I had to be like Ashley, Larry, and the Chappelle Show and just geek it up a little bit for him. But no. Alright.
Man, that shit was killing me for a minute, but we gonna move on. We like 40 minutes in, so I think it's time to go to the next edge on the DoubleEdge Podcast. We're gonna actually get into a little bit of cinema. So we're gonna talk about maybe some movies. We're gonna talk about maybe some TV shows or anything like that, or even Netflix series, whatever it may be. So, of course, we're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 2, because that is coming out in just a few days.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And I take it, of course, everybody has seen the first one here, right?
Of course. If you haven't, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
So,
you get Thanos!
Bruh, they got that coming out soon, so y'all got a wish list for this movie? Any characters you would like to see, or anything like that? Oh, it's your turn now.
Who wants to? Okay.
Just
want to make sure. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. So I feel like I don't have nothing really planned for it. I feel like Guardians. Like I try to tell people that weren't that were reading comic books now that Guardians wasn't the shit in the 90s. or like the early 2000s, like you had to be an older comic book head, and even then, people really didn't fuck with the Guardians like that because they show up every once in a while and they have the little space adventures. But now the way the universe is set up, and they've made more prominent. They've made them. The movie sounds like the comic book. Like if you ever read the dialogue from the comic book now, it sounds like the characters sound pretty fluid like they do in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So that back and forth, that wittiness, all that shit is in the comics. So all I'm hoping for is just another great piece of work, which I know I'm gonna get.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that. That's quick.
That was
Okay.
quick.
All right. With the new Guardians of the Galaxy, because I've been reading newer comics, and if you haven't, rate them, especially with Agent Venom Space Knight, you enjoy it. But
him being, oh, forgot about that. Nice.
Yeah. But
Nice.
I find the Guardians of the Galaxy cinema series overall refreshing. It brings up the comedic feel of Rocket and Groot, the relation, and how the team actually functions how the team functions almost like a family. I love how it's just overall executed. The CGI is just overall beautiful. Yes. And it's a spectacle. And it's a spectacle to see, even if you've seen the movie already. So there is nothing I can really look forward to other than just sit back and watch it. So I look forward to seeing the movie, and I'll probably see it with a group of friends, and I look forward to it.
I'm gonna see it with my brother. I'll probably be a little high.
Okay, not too bad. I mean, I don't really have a wish list for the movie. I really enjoyed the first one. The only character I was familiar with was Rocket Raccoon, and that was only because I played Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and he was in the game, and it was like, oh, I looked up on him, he was like, oh, Guardians of the Galaxy, blah blah blah. So I was like, all right, cool. And then I enjoyed the first movie, had the homie Batista up in there from the old WWE days, and the movie was great. At first I didn't expect the movie to be that good, but I really enjoyed that movie. So I'm like, okay, they're coming out with
I'm gonna tell you what to do. You read the Marvel Now Guardians, and like, cause that was written before the movies came out. And that series reads like the movie. Like, you'll get funny stuff from Rocket all the time. You'll get like Drax being super like literal. And like you know, Star-Lord. He's always been Star-Lord, because the original Guardians, what they don't tell you, the original Guardians got slaughtered by what's those alien race called? It's what Mr. Marvel was. The Shiites. They're the judgment aliens. They're the Shiites. I can't think of their name right now, and I should know them. But yeah, they got slaughtered, and like the new Guardians had to come in. So Star-Lord and Nova Corps. Like, hopefully, okay. If it's one thing I'm looking forward to, and I know you probably didn't think about it because I didn't think about it until this came. I want more Nova Corps. That's it. I want to see Nova. I want to see Nova. That's all I want to see. Nova. That's, you know, if I get a glimpse of some, I see Nova Corps. I just need to see Nova.
Okay.
I'm good.
Not too bad. Okay. So, well, I mean, other than that, what you just said, I mean, if Nova was in that movie, that'd be pretty fucking dope. So, not too bad.
Or even just some reference to it.
True.
Yeah.
So hopefully they might have some references to that. But other than that, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will be coming out in theaters pretty soon. So if you've never seen the first one, I mean, I highly recommend you watch it. The movie was great. And of course, if you're looking forward to the second one, go see that shit ASAP when it comes out. So we got that. And then we're going to talk about something. And then also, I'm going to have Matt open up next. We're going to talk about Ghost in the Shell. Oh, perfect. Because, Matt, you said you saw the movie, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, because I refuse to watch that bullshit. And I'm gonna tell y'all why after he goes. So tell me what you thought about Ghost in the Shell for now. Tell me what you thought about it.
Okay, I gave it a chance. even though the movie references the original manga and the anime a lot with several other scenes, the Major was not the Major. I found the characters to be overall flat. I did not. They were so concerned with the character's sexuality that they lost a lot of vital points. But they tried to make the Major relatable. What the whole unique thing about the Major is that she's not relatable. You cannot relate to her. So, in just even though the world and the spectacle was the overall world was well executed, having American actors didn't really make sense to me because they did have the commander. They did have the commander. He was speaking Japanese through the entire movie, and they didn't discuss.
Shout out to my man. I can't think of his name right now, and I know who you're talking about.
I know.
He's my favorite Japanese actor of all time. Plays in all the Yakuza films. One of the main reasons I want to watch the film.
But he was speaking Japanese through the entire movie.
Oh,
he didn't reference any.
He didn't speak English because he can speak a little bit English.
Yeah, he could. But the thing is, they didn't reference any type of translator. They didn't reference any type of technology that they could use to understand him. With the technological world that they built for this movie, it was not.
That world doesn't have any translational boundaries anymore. It kind of because it's after World War III, and Tokyo.
Neo Tokyo.
So I'm sorry, listener. I didn't mean to cut my man off. I'm just
I understand your history buff too.
In this part, for those that know me, you'll get to know me better. I'm a huge fan of this series to the point that me and Matt got into a point where he was just pretty much telling me I was gonna suck this movie's dick. So, I honestly feel, cause for me, I knew it, cause I didn't see it right away. Somebody told me to my actual blood brother called me up and was like, bro, you need to avoid this, bro. Avoid this shit. Don't go pay your money because you'll be upset. And I actually went to IGN and I actually seen the review of it, and it was only good. And the reason, and I kind of, before Matt told me that they focused on a lot about the major sexuality, I said it before him. I said, did they focus on her sexuality a lot more? Because of the way the society is right now, they wanted to make that is the only reason that plays a partial role in the major. And for fans that don't really, in the manga, she's more of a girl, but in the anime, and most of us grew up in the anime with the original movie. And if you have never seen the original movie, you need to take it you need to watch the spiritual film. You can see the movie
for free.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally, if you look it up online.
Hulu has it for free, and it has the updated version, which I don't really care for, but I like the CGI scenes are clean. So, and you should watch all three movies because there's more movies than just the first one. But he's right about the Major. The Major is a character that you relate to, but she evolves. She evolves, and not in the sense of, oh, there's growth. She becomes the internet by the end of the anime series.
Damn.
She gives birth to a new generation that is pretty much our generation now. But that's what goes to show is the manga is a little different. It's a little comical. It's a little more, but the anime itself, the spirit of the anime, and the source material is definitely more about evolution of the mind and of technology. So if the movie didn't hit that on the mark,
Now, is the essence of the original anime and manga in the movie? Yes.
Hell yeah, because that's
through the action scenes, through the executions, through the
visual execution.
So even the world, yes. But what made me mad is that they had the material and it had potential, but they refused to use that set potential, and it ultimately ended up falling flat. And it upset me because I wanted to even though I gave the movie, and I really did try to give the movie a chance. Mm-hmm. And I saw with a person that had no prior knowledge for what the movie was, and that person walked out saying I was bored.
Damn.
So that's
saying a lot, because you know. I guess I don't know if Quentin might have heard me ever say this before, but I know you have, Matt. Is before this movie was really announced, I was protesting this movie pretty hard. I didn't really want it to happen, because I always find that American audiences can't respect the Buddhist philosophy.
That is true.
And so I feel like with stuff like Ghost in the Shell, there is a Christian, and there's Catholicism, and there's God philosophy.
It loses a lot of the forms of mythology.
Not even mythology, but this primary ideology. Like, the Matrix was based off of Ghost in the Shell, so you do have a group of people that will be like, yeah, we totally fucks with, you know, the Ghost in the Shell, the identity, the thought process. But with a modern audience, they're not ready. It's the same reason Akira can't be made here. Akira cannot be made here, because it is about a Buddhist philosophy of energy mixed with technology.
Mm-hmm.
So life can't be given. So
overall, I found the movie, even the main villain, which they could have went into an entirely more complex side.
They didn't use the original villain, though, did they?
They didn't use the original villain, so it was overall. And even though the movie had so many good things about it, and it had so much potential, it failed. It was poorly executed. The writing was not consistent, and it's just the technology aspect. Although it was very, very there was so much unsaid. So I ultimately was highly disappointed, especially with reading and watching quite a bit of the Ghost in the Shell series.
All right. I just want to say something really quick. I ain't trying to cut off nobody, but I just want to make something very clear, because a lot of people. And then also I looked up like a lot of damage controlling stuff. The main reason why I really did not want to see this shit, because first off, I was just like, I don't know if this is going, because usually when a lot of movies do this shit, they end up being like Dragon Ball Evolution or fucking Last Airbender. So
don't hit me in the heart.
Okay.
Don't hit me in the heart, bro.
I know. We all won't forget that movie. But when I was seeing this stuff and I saw Scarlett Johansson was playing, you know, the main character, I was just like, why? I didn't understand that. And then people were just like, well, I mean, it's not whitewashing. She's a cyborg. She doesn't have a fucking race. And I'm just like, okay, definition or what a cyborg is. Even if you look at the character, cyborg, half machine, half human. So you're human, but you have machine parts in you, and it's in Tokyo, Japan. What the fuck are you talking about?
Her name is Major Kutsaragi,
and she's played by Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. And you know what the crazy part was? She looked like the Major, and so it could have worked.
She did
well.
She really did
well. But they just, honestly, like, my brother seen it, and he was like, "Bro, you're not gonna like it. It didn't stick." And when he said that to me, and my brother's not one of those extra nerdy, I'm a super nerd, I get upset at the same thing. But he knew me, and he knew the material well enough where he was like, no, don't get mad at because I would have got mad at the screen. I would have walked off. I would have been like, fuck it, I'm done.
Bruh, I've seen so many episodes. I may not know all the characters by heart at all. What was the other?
But you also play the first person shooter, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I play the first person shooter. What was that dude's name? Bato, yeah.
Your man Bato with the eyes.
With the eyes, bro.
The robot eyes.
I was glad that, of course, that he made it into the stuff. And that's usually the characters that I play. And then also, I've seen plenty of episodes of the anime, and then that part didn't click with me. People just trying to find excuses like the movie's good and blah blah blah. It's just maybe they didn't see the anime, so they don't see that of why that's an issue. Just like making Goku some random fucking dude or making any of those characters based in Japan, or not gonna say Japan. It's pretty much based somewhere that is not in America. It just doesn't work right. It does not click. That's like making Shaft fucking what's that one dude named Michael Cera. I'm gonna use that comparison. I don't know where the fuck I heard that from, but that's what it's like. That's what it's like. It just doesn't work. So that's
another thing you could say is a lot of people, because I even had to show the movie. We had to show the movie to the club. Cause I didn't know. I remember when the movie made it to DVD. Because when it came out, I was like 5. I remember the movie, but I remember being in Detroit, and I went to the library, and they had the joint, and I begged my grandma, and I watched the joint, and it was so theological that I understood half of it. So like, I remember they teach it at Harvard. My buddy that goes to Stanford. My buddy that goes to Stanford has a robotics class, and he had to watch it for his robotics class. And he was like, "Yo, like, have you ever seen this?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is the movie." And I had a hacker buddy back in the day that he didn't like. He knew I loved anime, but he was like, "What the?" Because he was watching he saw like an episode of Standalone Complex. On Adult Swim, and he didn't know that there was that this was originally a movie, and that's something that bothers me too with this. Is I think people, they don't acknowledge the fact that this was a movie before it was anything else, and the movie lays the groundwork for everything else. Because the series is more like Law and Order with robots.
Shit.
So it works. It's great. It's procedural, but the movie is like spiritual.
Nice. Okay. I like the way we pretty much broke that down, because that's something that we had to talk about. But damn, we're about an hour in, so we're about to wrap up the show. The very last thing that we were gonna do is we're gonna do like a little closing statement thing, but we're gonna just do something different. So every time we leave you guys with like closing thoughts or anything like that, we're actually gonna recommend like a game, anime, music, whatever it may be. We're gonna just leave you guys with like a little recommendation to try out to see if you like it. So we're gonna go with Dom first. So what you got to let the people know?
All right, well, quick couple things. I'm a music listener. I love my music, and I have a few recommendations for anybody that made it this far in the podcast. Appreciate it. You can check out the new Freddie Gibbs, "You Only Live Twice." If you don't know who Freddie Gibbs is, he's a gangster rapper, but he's pretty lyrical, and he's backpacky. He has a great album, Madlib. You can check out his new album, "You Only Live Twice." He has a good song on there called 20 Karat Jesus, with a nice ending from the from the guy that voices Black Jesus. So it's nice. It's a nice little cut. Also, I listened to the Kendrick album. I liked. It's a good album. I give it a 7. But that's just me. Out of all these, he's had 4. This is his 4th album. So don't let people tell you this is his 3rd. It is his 4th album. And every rapper is allowed to have an okay album, a good album. We like to forget that Common had some very bad albums that we like to have Amnesia. Mos Def has some very bad albums that we like to have Amnesia. And I'm not too hard on that. Gorillaz album was pretty good. I have to give it another sonic listen. And quickly, anime wise, well, My Hero Academia season 2 is pretty top notch.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice. Matt, got any recommendation? This can be anything in your, history. It don't gotta be as recent. Just whatever you like to recommend.
Okay. Me and Dom both agree on this. If you have not heard of an anime called Berserk, watch it now.
Yeah.
I suggest, if you guys like Captain America or in Spider-Man, I suggest you reading any of the Agent Venom series at this point in time, especially with all new different Marvel.
Is it really that good, man?
It's actually worth reading.
It's actually worth reading. Okay, gotta pick it up.
And especially with the Logan movie that just came out, feel free. I suggest you guys read Old Man Logan and also read all new different Wolverine. That is with X-23 as taking up the mantle of the Wolverine,
donning the suit.
Yes.
After the death of Wolverine and after the Battle of the Kyle, yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys definitely need to check that out if you're a big fan of that.
Watch Justice League Dark.
Yeah, and then the Teen Titan, what is it? Judas?
Yeah, Judas Contract.
Because we watched it together, yeah, Judas Chronicles. Definitely check that out. If you want an adult Teen Titans look where Starfire and Dick Grayson, they pretty much talk about getting it on like Donkey Kong.
But
do it up.
Then also, if you guys actually heard of a anime called Dead Man Wonderland, feel free to actually read the actual series. It's actually better than the anime.
Thank you, Matt. I will give you an applaud for that one right there, because you know what? A lot of people need to know that it gets better, and you know, people get stuck with that 12 and they're like, what happened? I'm like, read the thing, and now you can get it all in English now, and it's all legal, and you can get it here, and you can own it, and it's good.
It's a really good read. You could probably get done with it by the end of the week.
Or depending on how fast you read at the end of the day.
Yeah, and also read Tokyo Ghoul, because I did not enjoy the second season of Tokyo Ghoul, and they lost a lot of.
Nobody did if they read the end of that. Like if you read the second half of that, you love the anime. The second half of the anime did a really good job of streamlining the idea. And I think that's something. Sorry to take this away from you, Matt. Like I really didn't mean to. But streamlining the idea of, but they missed out on some of the brutality that you really need to understand the character's motivation.
And especially with the coming out of Tokyo Ghoul, the third season of Tokyo Ghoul, which is Tokyo Ghoul Re, please read it. It's a nice read, and you actually see the development of all the characters and the evolution of several of the characters. So I suggest you read. Those are my recommendations at the moment. I could give you a list mile long, but you'll have to figure that out another day. But that's all I have to say. Feel free to subscribe, and that's all I have to say.
All right, not bad. The only thing I really gotta recommend is, I just been rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho, so I doubt if you've never seen it, what the fuck you've been doing? Like when I was a kid, I stayed up late watching that show. So rewatching it, finding out. So
before we cut this out, I need to ask you. You should have started off with it. Damn it, because I want to know where you're at. Because it's the most and I was just talking about. I don't know who I was just talking about this with my homie, and I was just saying, Yu Yu Hakusho is the best streamlined anime ever. Like there are no fillers every season, and it's 105 episodes. Well, 107, 109. Cause I rewatched it Matt, would it be like 4 months ago then? Yeah, it'd be 4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Cause I speed sometimes I just go through this time where I go back and rewatch stuff. I own stuff on DVD. I own Yu Yu Hakusho, the whole thing on DVD. Mm-hmm. And so the one thing I want to ask you is, where are you at in the series, and what do you love about I guess Yu Yu Hakusho? Because we all love something about Yu Yu. I love the theme song. You catch me singing Smile Bomb a lot. Because I'm from places I don't even know. But
Bro, the only I like it was the day like my new CPU came in the mail, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm just about to rewatch it. And I made it all the way up to where Yusuke just beat Rando, the one demon, when he was doing the when he went to Genkai and he was trying to like they had that little tournament.
You're at the Genkai, cause you got, I don't know. I always say the last half of Yu Yu Hakusho, not the Judgment Day where Yusuke, spoiler, Yusuke dies, but it's a cool death and some cool shit happens. So
hey, nigga, I forgot. You bitch, I forgot. Wait, I think I remember seeing it back in the day, but
in America, what happened was they couldn't show the last half of Yu Yu Hakusho because they couldn't edit the last half of Yu Yu Hakusho. So, like, they put it on real early in the morning. It was like 5 o'clock slot, pretty much. We would have to catch a little bit of it. But, like, Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the shows where I say, if people were upset with how Bleach was done, you'll be real upset with how Bleach was done after you watch, like, how, like, streamlined and fast Yu Yu Hakusho was. And even though, like, it ends and you're, like, kind of sad, you're very satisfied with that ending of that show.
I mean, it's all bad. I mean, he dies in the beginning, so I'm not gonna be too.
No, he does. Well, he comes back.
Yeah, he comes back or whatever. So.
He gets his Goku on. He gets his Super Saiyan. It is a shonen manga. Everybody gets their Super Saiyan on.
So I mean, I ain't all mad about that. But I mean, that anime was. Yeah, I mean, it's just been so good. But I'm on like episode, I think like maybe 14, 15, whatever it was. But I gotta watch some more tonight. Other than that, that anime is good. And then also, if you do have a PC, please try out PlayerUnknown's Battleground. I have literally been playing that so much, and the game is like the Hunger Games. You literally drop out from airplane, and you gotta run to a map, find a weapon. You just gotta survive. And the funny thing is, you can actually talk to other people that's in the map, because it's like a map of like 90 people. So you can be talking shit to them, which I got a clip of, which I'm gonna put in that review. But I mean, other than that, last game would probably be the Fear series. If you ever played it, definitely Fear 1 or Fear 2. Don't do Fear 3. Fear 3 is ass. But, I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say. So, I mean, we're pretty much all done. That wraps up this podcast. An hour and 11 minutes. So, of course, like we do always, Dom, go ahead and take us out.
Alright, man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy 4 Wheels in the Mic. Check my music page. Facebook, Twitter, all the same name, 4 Wheels in the Mic. And always, ladies and gents, like, subscribe, hit that double edge action, because Quentin put up that satisfaction for the nerds. And also, we gotta find, if you comment, please figure out a nickname for my man Matt.
Yes, he needs one.
Because he is the big homie with the thunderous voice. We should just call him Millionaire. He brings the thunder, booming. That's all. And I'm out. We're out. Have a nice day.
I love you.
I peace.